you feel being part of this inauguration celebration?
We're very, very proud to be part of this activity. As you know, Hawaii and Barack have very close ties. He grew up in Hawaii. He went to a local school here, Punahou Schools. So we're very proud of the strong connections with Barack Obama, and we are proud that a local boy like him was able to make it all the way to the White House.
So what do you think people can look forward to?
I think considering that we are in a very dire straits from economic to, of course, there's so many problems and issues in the country. I think the fact that, the new president is able to bring people together is a wonderful element in this administration. This morning they talked about bipartisanship. They talked about setting aside political difference and really coming to the table so we can work together to resolve the issues of the day.
And what do you think this means for the Filipino community?
Speaking of as an immigrant, when you look at Barack, he is a child of the world. He was shaped by Hawaii, and yet he was also part of Chicago, in Indonesia, and of course his father's roots are from Kenya. So as an immigrant myself, I am very proud of the fact that someday, who knows, a child of a Filipino immigrant will someday be able to climb to that highest seat of the land. So I am very energized. I think for the Filipino community, it means that we now have someone in the White House who understands our needs and our values, because he grew up amongst Filipinos here. He was accustomed to our culture. So I think the future is bright for everyone. I am so proud to be an American, a Filipino American.
Thank you, Monette.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you feel about this inaugural?
Well, it's really an uplifting experience. I went to school in Los Angeles during the 60s, during the height of the civil rights movement. And looking back, I could never imagine that this day, the first African-American president would come in my lifetime. And so it's really uplifting, it's very inspirational. And the fact that the president is from Hawaii, I think adds a little special thing to it. Yeah.
What's your take on President Obama?
My take on him? Oh, I think he's obviously very intelligent. I think he's going to do well. He seems to be very calm under stress, and he likes to read. So he's open to, people, other opinions, which I don't think President Bush was. But in any event, I think he'll do well. He has a big challenge. It's probably the most significant challenge that any president has had since maybe Franklin D. Roosevelt during the war. But he has a chance to be a great president. If he deals with these problems effectively.
What does this mean to the Filipino community?
Well,
The Filipinos like.
Well, I think, anytime a person of color breaks a barrier, whether it's George Ariyoshi, first Japanese, or John Wahe, or Barack Obama, it helps all people of color. The barriers come down, maybe not as fast as we want them to come down, but they come down. And that's what I think it means for Filipinos too.
What about the meaning of this milestone to the young children?
The meaning of what?
The meaning of this event to,
You mean his inauguration? Well, as I said earlier, now that you see that a person of color has become president, I think for all young people, all children, not just white children, they can aspire to higher things. They can shoot for the moon and have a chance to make it. Yeah, sure.
victory part?
The victory party, and I remember talking to you at Ryan's about a year ago when I first came out to support Barack Obama, and I have to tell you, it's been an incredible journey, and I've been so proud to openly, support someone who's now the president, and he's from Hawaii. And tonight, if you can see all the celebrations we're having, it tells you that we're all so very, very proud. And thank you, Monette, for everything you've been doing to help us. I know that word gets out, and I have emails from all my friends in the Philippines who say, hey, Barack Obama, Barack Obama. And I said, yes, from Hawaii. So we're very proud.
So what do you, as he's a good friend of yours, right? So what can you say about that?
When I first met him a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, I was supportive, but I really didn't think he was going to get it. I mean, I was afraid for him. But as the years went by, I guess, the months, and we saw how dynamic he was, I became so positive, and I knew if he didn't get it, then something would be wrong with America. But they voted, and they spoke their piece, their voices heard, and he's now our leader. And I'm so very, very proud to have known him before and to support him. And my husband and I were feeling like we're probably going to lose him a little bit as a friend, because now he takes his place, as a world leader. But that's okay. We met him when we were supposed to, and we did what we did to get him to where he is. So now the rest of the world will enjoy him as our leader.
What do you think people can look forward to?
I know he inherits a lot of very, very negative things, the economy, the war, and all of these issues. But I think with his fresh approach, we're going to have a chance at changing the way we've been doing things. Like he said, change, and hoping for a better outcome. And that's all we can do. He's got good choices of people in his cabinet. And I think with his diplomatic relationship and style, he can reach across the table, reach across the continents, and end war, and bring more peace to the world, which is, I think it's time we have a little bit of that. And maybe he'll become, a visitor to the Philippines and meet President Macapagal Arroyo, and that would be a great moment.
Thank you, Emmy. This whole inaugural thing.
I feel absolutely honored to be here, and this whole event means so much because, first of all, President Barack Obama is from Hawaii, and actually he went to school like right down the street from me, Punahou. I went to Marino, so it's like we're close, Ohana. So it's really amazing to be a part of this event because President Barack Obama is exactly what America needs at this time, and so I think he's going to be a great president, and he is representing my generation, and so I was so happy to be involved in this whole process, and it's just been really wonderful, and I'm just so happy and honored to be here.
Well, you represent the younger generation. What do you look forward to?
I look forward to a better economy. I hope that everything with the war crisis and everything ends. I just hope that America will come together and help out with this change because President Barack Obama can't do it himself. As he said, we need to all come together to make this change happen. And so I think we can do it. If we voted for Barack Obama for change, then we can all come together and make it happen.
Thank you. Actually, let me get both of you. And what does Obama's presidency mean to young Filipinos like you, or the Filipino community?
I think President Barack Obama being the president, what it means, I think, to Filipinos and to anyone is that anything is possible. If you have a dream or goal, something you want to accomplish, if you work hard, if you really believe, you can really do it. And I think exactly, and it just means a lot more, I think, to us or anyone from Hawaii, knowing that he grew up here, that he probably been to the same places that we have and experienced a lot of the same things that we have. It just means so much more. It brings it a lot more closer to home. But I think he gives a hope to our generation, to a lot of people, that you can do anything you put your mind to. He makes it seem reachable, that nothing is impossible. So.
Absolutely. I just think that, Barack Obama is hope for all of us, as Jordan said, and that anything is possible, and that he's going to be a great president.
Yeah. So maybe one day I'll run for president. Yeah?
I know, me too, right?
UVP? Okay, see, there we got it.
It's American Idol season. So.
All right. We could do it. Yeah, never say never. Thank you.